we decided we need to get this Magnum figured out real quick. We got some injectors for it. It's running rich in one cylinder, at least one for sure. EGTs are getting hot. We just don't like running it much, but we might need it pretty soon. So we're gonna take the Magnum, bring it in the shop, pull the injectors out. We have a turbo coming for it. I don't know if it's in yet, but hopefully soon. So yeah, let's bring this Magnum into the shop and start doing some engine work, as it needs it.
Got a lift.
So Pops went over and found a piece of angle iron, put it on the cylinder right here so that that will not come down on us and cut us up if the hydraulic line breaks for some reason. It won't, but you never know. So, what?
Oh, I said it's unlikely because there's no weight on it.
Right.
Because it should have broke before, but safety is always your friend.
You gotta be careful. There's no doubt about that. So anyways, looks like we're gonna have to take the exhaust off, or muffler part, and then we got the air filter needs to be pulled off.
Okay.
And a few other things, and then we gotta take off the after cooler. Sorry, now I'm having a blank. There's a cooler right there that needs to come off the engine to get the injectors off. That's all I know. So, all right, hose clamp. Let's take some hose clamps off. Let's grab this right here. Perfect, love it. I need 5/16, and we can start pulling stuff apart. Well, we were messing with trying to get the turbo and all that stuff off, and we decided it's kind of giving us a little bit of a hassle. So we're gonna pull it outside and pull the loader unit off, because this is just gonna be a pain to work around. Because I got to do the turbo and injectors, and we're already kind of fighting it. So we'll just do that. Take this thing out and go from there. Fun. Didn't do too bad. I thought it was gonna be a little bit more of a hassle to get this thing off, but We got it off. Now we can work on that thing. Oh, it's gonna be a lot easier with that off. We should have just did it from the beginning. Yep, should have just did it. All right. Because of this AC, I can't get this line out.
Can you go like this and work that open? We could cut it and then get a new one.
Let's do that.
Let me go grab
Start
it.
fighting these.
All right, you guys are going to help me find a knife. Might try that one and that one. All right.
Can't find that. There we go. There's one injector. So one thing when you're pulling injectors out, you want to make sure that this has that little brass ring on the tip. If it doesn't have that, it's stuck down the head, which means you have to pull it out. Because if you don't take that out and you put another brass piece in there, yeah, just don't do that. But we're done with that one. Let's pull the rest of them. Well, that's working out pretty good. So I found two different nuts. One nut that works on the injector and the other one that works on this slide hammer. And they're both coming off right now. But that way I can remove the injectors because I don't actually have the tool to do so. Okay. And you don't want to be rough when you're doing it. You want to make sure you take it nice and steady because when you use a lot of force, bad things can happen.
Guys, go get a drink. We'll be back.
Welcome back. We just got done with planting all the peas. There's about 1,900 acres of peas that we put in. And then it snowed a little bit outside and cold and nasty yesterday. But today I've got the turbo and a gasket for this Magnum. Right here, we were waiting on this gasket and the turbo. So now I can put the injectors back in, put that aftercooler back on, put the turbo back on, button up a couple things on this Magnum, and then it should be good to go. And then we can use it for whatever we need to. And hopefully that solves our EGT problem, all that high temp exhaust. Yeah, should be pretty good, but at least the turbo's easy to access right now. And then, but I'm going to focus on doing the injectors first. I got to clean out the holes a little bit so that they're nice and pretty, so that there's no junk in there when I put those in, and then assemble all this stuff back on. Should be good to go, and yeah, let's get at it, because we got stuff to do. And then after this, we got to get ready to switch over to seeding some wheat. Yeah, we got stuff to do, but we're making progress. That's all. That's the key. Here's one of the injectors. Oh yeah. And here's all the old ones. Now these old injectors, the tips. Oh man, were these tips nasty. Oh, they were cruddy looking, I tell you. And I've seen some pretty cruddy looking stuff, but they didn't look too good. So we'll get at it. And yeah, I'm just trying to figure out all the things I need to do right now. Before I usually work on a project, I kind of run through in my mind of all the different steps and things that I need to get done before I get to a certain thing, so then that way I'm not working and figuring it out as I go. So yeah, I think I'm good to go. Okay, let's do this. Oh yeah. Now, each one of these injectors have a little crush ring. It's like a brass, or maybe it's copper. I really can't tell. But anyways, that there is pretty much your gasket. That's what seals it, the compressions in the cylinder. These old ones, you never want to use them. You always want to get new ones because they've been crushed, and to try to crush them again, they're going to leak and you're going to have problems. So this one here, obviously it's new. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some anti-seize, and I like using copper anti-seize for these things because it's a little easier on high temp. Doesn't get crusty as much. So we'll put a little bit of anti-seize around the outside of this injector, and then shove it in the hole. And I don't want to get the anti-seize on this copper. I think that would be a bad idea. So we'll just go ahead and put it on the outside. Put those in there, and then I'll figure out what the torque specs are online, what they recommend torquing those injectors down to. And once the injectors are on, then we'll put the injector lines on, and then we'll put the aftercooler on, and then we'll work on doing the turbo. But first thing I want to do is get those injectors in. So yeah, let's put them in. All right, we got it all back together. Turbo's on and injectors are in. It's gonna take a little bit to fire it up because you've got air in the system, but let's see what happens.
Let's see who's crankier, me or the tractor.
Throttle it up. Give it some throttle because it'll help open it up. just got a lot of air in the system.
Yeah.
Oh, those lines are not easy to crack. I just can't, no. There's it's got fuel to the injection pump, but to crack the lines at the injectors ain't gonna happen. So it's just gonna have to take a while to crank over, and finally it'll hit eventually. But it's got to get the air out of the system. Well, I hate to do it, but maybe I need to just barely mist a little bit ether in there. I'll be honest, I do not like spraying ether in diesel. Just a little tiny bit at a time. You guys are going to love what I'm going to do. I cannot, for the life of me, get a bolt on this cover right here. This is just a heat shield, so I'm going to tack weld it, and then when we need to remove it, we'll cut it off. Don't want to do it, but I cannot get it in there, and it's in the cast iron part of the exhaust manifold that the threads are. So, yeah, little exhaust leak here.
That's because it's developing so much compression, it just can't handle it. It's got to go somewhere.
I didn't have some crush rings for this little line right here, and it's just a return for the fuel, and thought I'd be dripping, but no, it looks pretty good. All right. Well, either we bring the welder over here, or we bring this over there and tack weld it.
Welding?
Right over here. This cover, I cannot get the bolt in right here. So I'm just going to weld it right to this flange right there.
Okay.
Because that's just a heat shield.
Yeah. We just don't want to flop it.
Or I can take a piece of metal and stick it between these two and weld it. Because this will come off with this if you needed to.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that'd
I'll
be
just
easier.
put a piece here.
Yeah.
We'll just make it a bigger piece. Yeah, that's way better. All right, awesome. One less thing to think about. Okay, let's weld that little piece on there because I think we just need to get. I need something. I gotta find a little something to weld on it. Usually we keep a lot of little pieces of scrap iron. Ooh, perfect. I love it. Let's use it. The wind. It was meant to be like that. Oh, look at that. So pretty. Perfect. Oh yeah. That's what it needed. Cool. Now that we got the loader bucket on the tractor, it's sitting over there ready to go when we need it. It runs a whole lot nicer than it has in a long time. So those injectors really helped. I haven't spooled the turbo up to really see how that feels, but it was a much needed fix. And it feels good to have it out of the shop. It's been in the shop for about a week and a half, 2 weeks. We were waiting on parts for it. We thought we had the turbo in, a few other parts, and then we got seating. But peas are done, the Magnum's done. Now let's get ready for wheat. But saying that, I got some tools to put away. That's an interesting tool. Ah, never seen one of these over here. Okay, that's odd. All right, well anyways, you guys have a great day, and we'll catch you later. God bless, guys.